Well, alright, maybe not that quick. George, you're not very good at combat. We may have to take you off Team Insomnomaniacs. I'm not saying for sure, but maybe. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia. The games to pass the time. We are back playing Judgment. And in the last episode, we got our basics of our colony set up. Got some food, got some water, got some basic building materials, got some of our crafting benches, and everyone is armed with a club. Speaking of arming everyone, now that I'm thinking of that, we can make arrows, and to make a bow, we just need arrows, right? Okay, yeah. So let's make some arrows. We need to get more wood going on. Is that still tagged as a project? Yes. Okay, so at some point in time, people will cut these trees down. So if Annabelle, are you going to go make those arrows? That'd be keen if you did. I surely would appreciate that, because once we make the arrows, we can make a bow, which will be a slightly better weapon. Speaking of slightly better, Holly, you're due for a level up, aren't you? Yes, you are. We already gave Annabelle archery, so I'll probably give the bow to her. So let's give you... What happens if we go down this tree? Spotting, marksmanship, sniper. That might be good. And then we can get back into archery later if we want to. However, if we go down archery, we can get to weapons specialist, equip rare firearms. That is a long way off. Let's put you into marksmanship, because farming, fast healing, and pistols is all in here. So that's not a bad thing to have. All right, so we'll give you a point in marksmanship. Holly, you are chopping down trees. That is an excellent thing for you to be doing. I really appreciate that, because we need the wood. Now, do we have enough arrows made to make a bow yet? No? Annabelle? Thank you. Please make one bow while you're standing there. Yeah, if you could, yeah, make the bow. George, you're doing research. Oh, research. We haven't gone down a new thing yet. So, how many points do we have right now? We have 70. All right. So we could keep going down the base route. We could go over to patchwork, which will get us reinforced outfit, basically some very basic armor. We could go into cooking, which will unlock the stove, the wheat farm, and bread. That is actually pretty good, because our biggest issue that we're having lately is food. People keep running out of food, and this is only with 3 colonists, and we're going to have more. So what else could we be doing, though? Crafting, woodworking. Ah, yes, woodworking unlocks the sawmill. Okay. That's actually pretty important, because boards, which it also unlocks, are pretty important. Boards are used in many, many things. It also unlocks quarterstaff and wooden shield, which is kind of neat. So let's take woodworking, definitely. And then anything in weapons, bow making. We could take bow making, which will allow us to make a composite bow, which is no bad thing. I think we could probably hold off on that for now. Let me look at base again. I still have enough left over. I still have 47 points now left over, so let's take cooking. So between cooking and woodworking, we've just unlocked a bunch of stuff that is going to be very, very helpful. Holly, good job on the trees. Well done. Keep plugging away there. Keep plugging away. Where's Annabelle? Is she taking a nap again? What are you doing? You going to work on the farm? Are you going to the well? What are you doing? Okay. And actually, Annabelle, while I'm thinking of it, why don't you take the bow? So you are going to be our archer, because we already gave you a point in archery, so you're more accurate by 10%. Excellent. So our next campaign task is to go out exploring, which is fun and scary and dangerous. So let's go to the world map. And worldview, task forces. So we are going to set up a task force, which is sort of an exploratory scavenging combat team that's going to go out into the wider world and, well, get stuff and kill stuff and do things. And the wider world is much wider than I thought when I started playing this game. There's a lot to find out here. So survivors form task forces to explore and interact with the map. Click the Create Task Force button to create one. Well, it's not going to be too hard to do that, because we've only got 3 people. So all 3 of them are the task force. Yes. Oh, okay. And this is actually a question I was asking myself before I even began recording this. I wasn't sure of the answer. Cannot leave our base completely undefended, so somebody's got to stay home. Well, not Annabelle, because she's got the bow. But George is a fighter, so let's have Holly stay home. Holly, you stay home, and Annabelle and George are the task force. Yes, and they can add or remove survivors. Yeah, if we had more survivors, we could add more, but we kind of can't because we've only got 3 people, and one of them has to stay home. When a task force is out of base, survivors will automatically eat and drink from the base's supplies. Okay, so these are apparently the Dixies. They get team names, and if anyone in the comments knows how to change the name of the task force, please tell me, because I've clicked around, I can't figure it out. It may not be possible. Can I do it this way? What about, oh, customize. Oh, hang on, I may have just answered my own question. Customize. Can I? Yes. Yes, okay, we can actually change this. And I hadn't really put any thought into it. What are we going to... Well, you know what? If Annabelle is with them, let's call them the Insomniacs. There we go. There we go. The Insomniacs. And that's good for their symbol. I like that as a symbol. That's fine. And the color is fine, too. Okay, so the Insomniacs are Team George and Annabelle. So our base is here, and we just got to go out and find stuff. And all of these different locations, like here, we've got an industrial area. And there's the enemies we're going to face, a fire imp, an imp, and a minor demon. And here's the loot that we can potentially get, some clay and some scraps. What I found in the first time that I played this is there's not a lot of fantastic loot in the initial area, but this map goes way out, and we will hit areas where there's much more interesting loot. Weapons, rare materials, all that kind of stuff. So let's see what's in our immediate area. Housing area. Oh, I do like a question mark when it says loot. So you know what? Let's take Team Insomniacs and send them to this housing area to scavenge, and they'll just mosey along there. And when they hit that area, we should jump right in. So we've got a couple of options when they arrive at the area. We can either fight, which just basically is pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to go through the area manually and kill anything that's there and loot anything that's there. Although what I've learned is you don't actually have to loot it. If you just kill all the enemies, you will kind of auto-loot it. And the scenario, the combat, it'll all come to an end. You just auto-loot everything. So you don't actually have to physically loot it, although if you're there, why not? So we can do that, or we can auto-resolve it, which is no bad thing. What I found in my first playthrough of this when I was doing it by myself is you're doing a lot of exploring and a lot of looting and a lot of killing. So there were times where I'm like, you know what, I just don't feel like manually doing the battle, so I put it on auto-resolve. But like 8 times out of 10, I like to fight it myself. So scavenge missions, I think we actually just covered that game, so we're going to turn that tutorial off. And we've got Annabelle and George with a lovely little retreat sign there. And once again, because we're in a new thing going on, time is paused, so let's unpause that. And it appears the apocalypse was quite thorough in this area. We're only expecting 1 enemy, and that will show up as a red X somewhere up in this map when we get in visual range. Now, there are all sorts of, like, tactics. We have cover we could take here. So here we've got, like, half cover next to this truck or very minimal cover next to this tree. This early in the game... Oh, there he is. Hang on. Let me just beat up a demon. Yep, Annabelle's with the bow. George is with the club. And this guy's going down pretty easily. George has taken a few knocks, but nothing that can't be immediately dealt with. Okay, there we go. Yeah, and as you see, we didn't actually need to manually loot everything. It just auto-loots when the final enemy is dead, and there was only 1 enemy. So we got some sulfur, binoculars, that'll be good. I believe Holly back home was good at that. And some scrap. Great, fantastic. So, supplies are important, but you should also consider adding more survivors to your group. Yeah, no kidding. More working hands and more fighters will increase your chance of survival. So our next task is to get another survivor. Assistance needed. Why, thank you, game, for just popping that up as I need to find another survivor. Someone nearby is being chased by enemy creatures. Send a team to assist them. They may be willing to join you. I bet they will. So, a couple of things. Obviously, that's going to be the big way that we get more people into our colony, is actually by going and getting them. Assistance needed. Yes, go and do that. The other thing is, your teams can just keep going, so they don't need to go back to base every single time. And I did that for a while. I just kept going place to place to place, looting and killing and doing all sorts of stuff until I really needed to come back to base to heal damage. And I know they just updated this. Let me get the Insomniamaniacs going in this direction while we're talking. So they just updated a lot of things with balance in terms of damage and health and healing. So as I understand it, and I am just going by what I've read on patch notes and developers' notes, there is short-term damage that will heal passively between each encounter. So as we go place to place, that will heal. But there is also long-term damage that can be inflicted that cannot be healed passively. You actually have to go back to base, and that particular colonist has to rest to heal that damage. So you can stay out in the field, but you can't stay out there forever, is the point of that. And that was the balance they were trying to achieve. All right, rescue missions. I think we've probably pretty much covered rescue missions, but I'll go into more detail game as we need to. So let's see what we can do here. Let's unpause time. George and Annabelle can mosey on their way. Again, I could get into moving them individually, looking for things like cover, getting some, basic combat tactics. But this early on, it's not going to be necessary. We've got one imp. I think we got this guy. Yeah, this guy's going to go down pretty quick. Well, all right, maybe not that quick. George, you're not very good at combat. We may have to take you off Team Insomniamaniacs. I'm not saying for sure, but maybe. So this little yellow exclamation point up here, that is the survivor. So let's head in that direction and see if we can rescue them. I don't recall how many enemies we're supposed to be looking at here. All right. I literally just walked right past him. Okay, so the survivor is in a cage, and that's a little tricky because we need to unlock that cage. We don't need any special skill to unlock it, but we need time, and one of our survivors has to do it. So what will happen is, as I'm going to send Annabelle to do it, because I want a more melee guy for what's about to come. As Annabelle starts to unlock this cage, it's going to take a little time, and that's going to attract the demons in the area, and they're going to come down here and try and kill us. And if they start hitting Annabelle, she can fight back, but then she's going to have to start all over again with unlocking the cage. So let's set her to unlocking the cage, and you can see she's doing that. George is just going to kind of... Yep, there they are. There they are. They're already coming. Fire imp. George is just going to be her defense and just hold everyone back while she does that. Come on. Get a hit in there, George. Come on. Thank you, George. Appreciate you beating up the fire demon while Annabelle was working. Well done, George. And we've rescued Jenny. Okay, so there's not really anything else for us to do. Let's just get out of here. And we can actually just hit the retreat button right up here, and they will move to the extraction point, which is where we came in. Door out is the door in. And all we gotta do is just get Jenny back to base. Come on, folks. Shouldn't actually be any... Yeah, there will be nothing between here and there. We're good. It is just an intro thing. So, survivor information, yes, we have kind of covered equipment and skills. We've done that already, game. So thank you for the tutorial. I think I got that one. All right. Oh, we got a little bit of loot. Okay, we got some sulfur. Good. That is a really good crafting agent. It's not going to come up for a long time, but it is a good crafting agent. Okay. The world has turned to hell. Yeah, that's kind of the point of the game, and it's kind of neat. It's only a matter of time before your small base is overwhelmed by hell's minions. You must figure out what went wrong and how to put a stop to this. While exploring, you saw several weird symbols and runes that you've never seen before. You should designate an area to study the occult and maybe figure out where all these demons are coming from. Build an occult library. So yeah, you know, on top of everything else that this game throws at you, now there's black magic and occultism and spells and rituals. It's a whole bunch of game mixed together. And I gotta say, I'm into it. I'm digging it. It's not, you know, it does become more challenging as the game goes on. It's not, you know, reinventing the wheel per se. It's just throwing a bunch of stuff together, a lot of good elements from other games, and, you know, putting them all in a big bowl and saying, here you go. Here's the Demon Apocalypse. And that's totally cool. I'm 100% okay with it. I'm having a lot of fun playing this. So let's get you guys back to base. Thank you. And we can go to our base view map. Oh, who leveled up? Oh, George finally leveled up. It's about time, George. You're the last one to level up. Oh, so we can put some points into rifles for you. Yeah, you got a nice little tree here we could go down. Automatic weapons, tech warrior. Can equip rare tech weapons. Damage, agility. If we go down the agility tree, we eventually get to Satanist, can equip rare dark armor, but as I recall, George, you're actually pretty terrible at the occult. I might be misremembering that. Let's just go, because you are going to be kind of a melee guy, let's just go with melee 1 for right now. I'm overthinking this. So Jenny, our new compatriot here, what are you good at? Let's check your priorities list here. So oh my god, you're wicked good at crafting. Plus 110% on crafting. Well, guess who's going to be making everything, Jenny? You're pretty good at searching debris. Actually, that's good, because I would like that to be done, thank you. And you're kind of neutral in everything else. You're terrible at chopping wood, and you're really terrible at the occult. Who's good at the occult here? Nobody. Holly and Annabelle are not great at it, and George is just neutral at it. So I guess, George, you're going to be our occult researcher. I'm going to bump that up in your priority list, so you will favor that over scientific research. But that means I'm kind of low on scientific research. Jenny, I'm going to put you, and let's get someone else doing that too, even though everyone's terrible at it. Annabelle, you're the least terrible at it, so let's just kind of move that up a little bit. Okay, am I happy with all of that? Yes, I am. Jenny, seeing as you're good at scavenging, could you please go scavenge this pile of debris? Thank you. And now, we've got some other stuff that we've unlocked. We unlocked the sawmill. Yes, we absolutely need that. And the stove. Cooked food can be prepared here. And we can build both of those. I wouldn't mind having some more cabins to put all of this stuff in. Can we put a stove outside? I don't know the answer to that. Can we? No, we cannot put a stove outside. All right. Well, I did kind of want a bed in every single... No, I don't like that there. I just don't like that there. Okay, here's what I want to do. Jenny, after you've done that, go scavenge this. And then everyone else, as best as you can, given your priorities list, start working on all these trees. Get all these trees out of here. I'm all set with those. We're going to do a deforestation. The neat part is later on, as we get more into the occult and more into magic, we'll actually learn a ritual that will enable us to regrow these trees. So it's kind of neat. It's only a temporary deforestation. George, you are working on research. That is fine. Where are we at with research? How many points do we have kicking around? We have 43. That's not very many, George. It's really not very many. Wow, gathering efficiency costs 240 points. That's a lot. What I really need is brick making. That's got to be the next thing that I favor, because I feel... What do we actually need to make the occult library? Yeah, we need boards and clay and stone. So we've got to get that sawmill built. Why don't we just go ahead and do that? That can be outside. So let's get the sawmill built. We absolutely need it. Let's tuck that right there. Annabelle, you'll probably leap over and start building that. And Holly, what are you doing? Where are you going? Looks like you're going to go get some food. All right. George, keep researching. Jenny's asleep. Annabelle's building the sawmill. Holly's getting lunch. Okay, good. Everyone's doing something reasonably important, I guess. I would prefer if Annabelle was working a teensy bit faster on this. Let's tick some time along a little bit. Oh, Annabelle's got distracted. What's the problem now? Are you working on the farm? No, Annabelle the Insomniac is going back to bed because that's all she does. I wonder if that's actually part of the trait. I don't know if I'm overthinking it, but she does seem to need to go to bed a lot, and I wonder if that's part of her insomnia character trait that she has. Let me just look at you. Yeah, insomniac, short-sighted laborer. Okay, what's other people's? Holly, you're a naturalist brute. Okay, how about Jenny, our new one? Crafter, skeptic, hippie, and nimble. Oh, hippie is really good. No wonder you're so good at some of that stuff. Dang. No wonder you're good at crafting. You're good at a lot of stuff. I like you. I'm glad we rescued you from the demon apocalypse. You're going to fit in just fine around here. Fit in even better if we had some more beds. 4 people are sharing one bed. That can't be hygienic. That absolutely can't be hygienic. Let's move time along and get some of these things built. Well, I was ticking time along, waiting for the sawmill to be built, but we've got a scouting party. So an enemy scouting party has been spotted nearby. You should take them out quickly before they spot your base. Yeah, I'm not surprised. We're up to 50% in terms of how much we're attracting the demon infestation. Killing the scouting party reduces enemy awareness. All right, so let's just hold everything. Let's slow time down here. And let's go to our world map to figure out where they are. Okay, they're down here. And let's add someone to the Insomniacs, particularly Jenny. Oh, you're unarmed. All right, well, hang on. No, we can't fix that, actually, because we haven't made any more weapons. All right, Holly, you're coming along. It's not who I wanted, but it'll do. All right, so Holly is added to the team and attack the scouting party. Let's tick you guys along a little bit here, have you walking a little bit faster. Let's see what the problem is down here. I think we can handle it between the 3 of us. Okay. Yes, cover, ranged and melee. Flanking is also something we could look at doing. Again, early game, not going to be super necessary right now. We should be able to handle these guys fairly easily. And here's more about health. Most of the damage is temporary, displayed in gray, but some is lasting damage. Temporary damage is restored after combat. Lasting damage only heals when sleeping or in the infirmary. I have yet to even build an infirmary, so that's going to be a while. All right, let's get time moving. Everyone is at full health because George had plenty of time to rest. He did have some lasting damage from the last time we sent the Insomniacs out. Come on, kill the imp. Kill the imp. Kill the imp. Get some imp killing going on here. Oh, way more imps. Way more imps. Way more imps than I thought. Okay, kill the fire imp first. The guy who was setting you on fire should be your highest priority right now. Kill him. Now kill the rest of them. There we go. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Come on, one more. All right. Success. Good. Yeah, just Annabelle took a few knocks there, but nothing major. Really? Only 4 sulfur out of that? I was hoping for better loot out of that. And what do we got? A bunch of imps and a fire imp. Good deal. All right. You guys just get back to base. I don't want to leave the base too long because we got way too much stuff to be building at the moment. Okay. And everyone just magically snaps back into what they were doing, which is good. Oh, Annabelle, you're finally almost done with the bloomin' sawmill thingamajiggy. Need the sawmill so we can make boards. Boards live in the crafting menu. How much wood? Oh, we have very little wood. Very little wood. Guys, with the tree chopping, let's get with the tree chopping. I think we got to adjust some priorities here. Yeah, George, I'm way bumping up your... You know what? You're just fully focused on chopping wood. You can do research only if there's no more wood to be chopping. That is your priority. Holly, you're not that great at chopping wood, but let's bump it up anyway. People need to be chopping wood. Annabelle, I actually want to leave you your top priority should be farming, because we do need food. We can't just have no food here. And I'll say your second priority is getting water, gathering water. And then after that, you can chop trees. And then you can build stuff. All right. And Jenny, you can just kind of... You're actually so terrible at chopping wood, it's not even worth it. Actually, you know what? You're better at farming anyway. So let's bump that farming on Annabelle's priority down a little bit. Let's bump water down a little bit. And your top priority, at least just for the moment, will be chopping wood. I need wood badly. And so if you guys... Yeah, George is now chopping wood. Good job. Annabelle is once again taking a nap. Yes, the world's most sleepy, can't keep her eyes open insomniac is once again taking a nap. Alright, let me get some, actually, where are we at in terms of... I could build a small log cabin. I'd rather have a bigger one. And I'm only 3 pieces of wood away from that. Yeah, let me tick time on and basically gather some materials, and then we'll see where we're at. Well, another event while we were chopping down all the trees. We've had our first trader show up. So let's have a look at him. A wandering trader in the demon-filled hellish apocalypse is a very brave man. Let's see what he's got available. I mean, basically everything. Demonite, copper, mystic vines. I don't even know what those do yet. I'm sure it's some sort of crafting material, but canned food. That's nice. I mean, he's got really... Oh, you know what you have is wool. I would like some wool, because then I could make some more beds. I mean, pretty soon I'll be able to make my own wool, but it might be a little ways off. How much do you want for this? And do I actually have anything to trade is the key there. How much do I need these binoculars right now? I'll need them later. How much do I need them right now? Okay, so... Can we... Okay, good. That's good. I don't need half as much clay as I think I do, probably. No, yes, I do, actually, because I need it for bricks later. You can have a little bit of this medicine. That will come up later, but by the time it comes up and then we need it, we'll have more of it. So that's fine. Let's just see if we can get this down to a nice 0 balance. There we go. Okay, good. So, trader done. Now can I build a bed? No, not from that menu, I can't. Oh, I need more. I need boards now. Oh, my goodness. Okay, how much wood are we up to? 58. Okay, somebody start making a whole bunch of boards, please. I'll take 20 boards, thank you. Annabelle's going to take a nap. What a surprise. And George and Holly are working hard on the forest here. They are just moving along here very nicely. All right. I think we're in a good spot to probably call it for today, because really all that's going to happen in the near future is chopping down trees, and I'll probably start gathering some more clay. And actually, Jenny, when you have a sec, when you're done with the farming, can you scavenge this, well, debris here, just to get it out of the way? That would be nice. Yeah, so let's leave it for here, and we'll come back and see how our colony is doing the next time. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.